So also we are having outreach programs actually this Saturday. I think I told you about it. Right? Yeah, we're having a lab tour for K-12 students in our lab, and I believe in the future we can also work on together for some outreach programs.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be great.
We love any sort of recruitment effort that we can participate in.
Yes.
We like to get K-12 students in here so they can understand what it's like to come to college and what types of resources are available to them. And then hopefully if they're coming in as freshmen, we can hire them early and train them and keep them for all 4 years that they're here or longer. So, we definitely want people to understand and really see all the possibilities and the different types of opportunities that they have at college beyond just what's offered within their individual programs.
Right. So where can people follow you guys, find out where these events are happening and all of that?
Yeah, we have social media. It's at UTA Fab Lab on Facebook and Instagram, and you can email us at fablab@uta.edu, and that goes to me and the rest of my staff.
Great.
Well, for Sigma Lab, I'm trying to build a website. It's not done yet.
Okay.
But for all the news, you can always go to our department. It's Department of Industrial, Manufacturing, and Systems Engineering.
Okay.
We do have a website, too. I forgot about that. Just fablab.uta.edu. You can also get to it through the library site.
Well, that's super easy.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We look forward to it.
With local band Sly Fungi. How are you guys doing? Good to see you.
Doing great.
Really good.
First of all, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and let everybody know what instrument you play in the band?
All right. I'm Ezekiel Beatty. I go by Easy, and I predominantly just play the bass and record.
I'm Gavin Beltran. I sing and I play guitar.
Cool.
I'm Preston, and I play drums.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome. So we've seen you guys play around a couple times. Yeah. It's always a great show. You're young guys.
That's where we saw them the first time.
That's right. Yeah, Treehouse.
I remember that show.
Are you all from Arlington? Were you guys born and raised here?
I'm from Fort Worth, but I mostly grew up in Arlington, Antigua.
Yeah. I was born in Waxahachie, and I moved around a little bit, but then I live in Fort Worth now. But I kind of live closer to Arlington, but the area I live in still counts as Fort Worth, which is kind of weird. Yeah.
I was born in Arlington, but I was raised in Dallas.
Okay.
And I moved around a lot, and I moved over to Arlington my sophomore year.
Cool.
That's when I met them.
Cool.
We started playing.
How long have you guys been playing together?
Like a little over a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a year and like a few months.
Wow, that's it. You guys are doing pretty good.
It might be closer to 2 years.
No, it's only like a year.
Really?
Our very first show
like
was in December.
When you're in a band with someone.
We've gone through a lot of different transitions and different stuff together, so it feels like.
Now, how would you describe your music to those who may not have heard you guys yet?
Chopping down the mountain, baby.
Yeah, I'll take that.
We I don't know. We came up with this weird word called re-psychedelic.
Oh yeah.
It really doesn't have any.
We
like it. It has a catchy name. We got a little psychedelic, little funk, little rock. We got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. We all got our own like little style we put on our music. So like, I have kind of like a hip hop, like really funky style of drumming. So I play that into like his very like Pink Floyd-ish psychedelic guitar.
Okay.
Which I love. Like the guitar and Gavin's style of guitar, it's like
and then
it's the best, you know.
All about like heavy punk and hard rock and a lot of 60s psychedelic rock also.
He's got a lot of influence in the grungy type bass like Nirvana and Black Flags, like punk and grunge, stuff like
really
that.
Like driving.
So
Agent Orange too. I love like surf punk rock.
Yeah. So you got punk, grunge, psychedelic, and then hip hop funk.
And honestly, you can hear all of that.
Psychedelic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear all of those influences when you guys are playing, and it makes for an interesting
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, the first time that I heard you guys play, I was like, I'm not really sure what to expect, and then you started playing, but then it started really rocking, and I was like, okay.
Like, what the hell is going on?
It was a good, like, surprise. I was definitely like, okay, I am into this. Like, these guys can play, and like, it was fun.
That's how we felt whenever we like really jammed the first time together. We were like, we looked at each other and we were just like,
holy,
dude,
like,
we like to see our music as like food. We like to just see how it tastes and shit like that. Just add a little bit of spices here and there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. In simpler terms, I guess, if you like food.
Yeah, you're a foodie. Yeah. Now, how many shows do you guys typically play a month, or do you guys play monthly, weekly? How often?
We're trying to get it like
roughly. It'll be like 2 shows a month. I'd say.
Okay, still pretty good.
Yeah.
We're trying to go
we usually the past few months we've gotten more than that.
Yeah, just
like we played like 2 shows one weekend, and then another show the next weekend. And
then we got like 3 shows next week or something.
Recently, it's like this month it hasn't been like we haven't really played any shows.
Yeah.
You know.
Where do you guys typically play at?
His house.
Oh, and that's where we're
practicing. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, that's
usually in Arlington right now.
Yeah, it's like Truth Final, The Growl. The very first show was at this coffee shop called The Drop. It's like across the street.
Yeah, that was like right in front of our high school that we all went to.
Yeah,
and that was our first show, and everybody liked us, and that's how we our second show after that was at a art museum, like right next to this library.
Oh yeah, okay.
The sweater shop.
Yeah, it was with the football team.
Oh yeah,
they put up some of that stuff. It was one of that kind of thing.
That's where we met Gorgeous Hair.
Do you guys know the football team pretty well? Do y'all?
Yeah. We're we're pretty supportive with for their community and stuff like that. With helping out Arlington and all that.
They do a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of cool events.
I mean, I guess that's how we know, like Treehouse, and that's
how
I met y'all.
They invented Treehouse.
Played one of those.
Oh yeah, you played one of the at the.
Yeah.
Where was that at? It's also in Arlington.
Yeah, the Black Box by like the Tipsy Oak.
Right. Okay.
That's it was a cool little venue.
That's what we've heard. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard that it's pretty cool.
The Black Box? Yeah, it's actually really awesome.
It looks awesome.
The one of the members of the football team did his own thing. It was called Venus, and that was at the Black Box.
Cool.
So that was like his own little project, which is badass.
Cool. Do you guys have like a website, social media? Where can people, like, if they wanted to book you?
Yeah,
how do they reach out to you?
We're like really active on Instagram. We have all our email and all that on that, and then we.
What's your Instagram by chance?
At Sly/Fungi.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Slash or underscore?
Underscore.
Making sure.
That's
there you
what
go.
make sure people get to it.
It's always those accents.
Sly Fungi.
Let's look.
Oh man, yeah.
Instagram.
It's Sly.
Okay, so Instagram
I think he's right,
is sly.fungi.
And our email.
Yeah, our email
is sly.fungi. No, it's sly.fungi@gmail.com.
Yep.
Where did I get the underscore from?
I don't know why you think that.
Oh, it's in my personal Instagram. It has an underscore.
That's fine. You know that.
Sly.fungi.
Yep, Sly.fungi. I was just there.
Yep.
Okay.
Good
so,
stuff.
And then you can find our music on Bandcamp and SoundCloud.
Oh, Bandcamp and SoundCloud. Just by typing in Sly Fungi.
Yeah.
Our band name isn't really that. It's pretty unique. So if you just put Sly Fungi without any accents, you most likely guarantee you're just gonna find us.
Yeah, how'd you come up with that?
He just said it on the drum set, and we're like, "That
yeah,
sounds cool."
It was a while ago.
Like yelled Sly Fungi
because at the time we were like constantly cycling through different band names, terrible ones.
It makes sense to me, but it's random to other people. We were in our practice shed, and we had the TV in there. We're just watching a bunch of YouTube, and I don't know if y'all heard the radio station in Washington, KEXP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they do just like a bunch of like bands from like around the world, and but one of our favorite bands was called the Mets, and they played in that radio. Yeah, they played in that radio station, and it was badass. The drummer was going like hard, and it'll like pan from like the drummer to the guitar player to the bass player. And what was funny was you'll see the drummer like just like going like at it. They'll go to the guitar player, and then all of a sudden they'll go back to the drummer, and then you just see it's him with the maracas like out of nowhere, and it was like less than a second, and then they'll go back, and then you just see him with the drumsticks again, and then with the maracas, and I was like, that's pretty Sly. And I was like, that was Sly of him, you know. And then I was like thinking about like like fungi, like mushrooms and stuff like that at the time.
Just
and
thinking
then
about it.
I put it together. You know, I put it together. It was like it rhymed, so I was like Sly Fungi. You know, it was like, hey, easy. Like,
and then
how does that sound, Sly Fungi? I was like,
and I said that
sounds pretty cool.
Like,
yeah,
rolls off the tongue. I don't even think were you even there.
I don't think I was.
Yeah.
Not at the time.
It was just me, him, and before Preston, we had another drummer at the time for like a
few months.
Yeah,
maybe
like a couple of months. His name was
TJ.
TJ.
Whenever I moved away.
Oh, yeah, he moved. He moved to Denton.
We played for a little bit.
They were like, "Oh, this fucking asshole." Yeah.
Well,
I was like, "Man, I can't control it. Sorry, bro."
Yeah.
I mean, every great band story starts with some drummer that was there first and then leaves. So
True.
Yeah.
And then I came back and I played with them.
And then we were like,
and Easy's like, were you this good before? Where have you been practicing?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, man, I think you just got better. You've been gone, and now you're better, and you're on my level now.
I mean, it was true, because at the time, he was way more experienced at drumming, because he's been drumming since, like, 13, right?
I was like 12 when I got my first drum kit. And I had a little tiny guest house in the back of my house in Dallas, in Lake Highlands. I lived at 2244 PV Circle, like in this cul-de-sac.
If you have a time machine, you can go back in time and find it.
I know, it's just a cool-ass address. I love that place. But there's this tiny guest house in the back, and I just would play in there all the time.
Cool. Yeah,
so it was awesome. That's where I started to figure out how to do everything and figure out my own style.
Definitely a more experienced instrumentalist. I've only been playing guitar for like about 2 years now. I think a little over 2 years. I'd say around him too, because
I started out playing in like the orchestra with a stand-up bass. That's how I originally learned to play bass. And then I moved to Colorado for a little bit, and then learned the trombone, which I hate, by the way.
I know how to play it, but I don't like it.
Not fun at all. They're gross. And then I moved back and couldn't join the orchestra. And then I got electric bass at 13, didn't really play it. And then in high school...
Well, me and Easy met in junior high.
Oh, yeah.
We were pretty young, but we didn't know. I started playing guitar, and by the time I started playing guitar, that's literally when I knew that he used to play bass. I was like, you used to play bass? I was like, you want to like jam out for a little bit? And then that's when me and him had been practicing while Preston was, when he had to move.
Yeah.
Me and him have just been jamming together and stuff like that. Just, I guess, gaining more experience and more, getting better, I guess. And then by the time he came back, it was like, let's jam again. And then by the time we were jamming, we were a lot better than when we first started.
The first time we jammed, we all like just made up this whole thing, you know, and we all figured out a groove, and we were jamming so hard. And I remember Easy was like swaying back and forth, like he was like on the stage or something, you know. Because it was the first time we were all jamming that hard. And Gavin was just doing all this cool shit with the guitar, like, fucking like shaking it and shit. And then I'm drumming so hard and the drumsticks are flying out of my hand, and then all of a sudden I'm hitting them with my hands.
I remember that.
And we were all like going so slow, and I was hitting it with my hands.
It was like borderline awesome. Like thrashing punk. It was like, let's just
I just started playing the whole thing like bongos, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. It went from thrash punk to like tribal psychedelic crap. It was some weird crap going on. That's it.
Soulfly type going on.
Yeah, but you know when you find a groove, like when you really meld with somebody and you're comfortable, that's when this really cool stuff actually.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty much what goes down every time we practice. Like. Well, when we practice, we'll be like, all right, let's go through our songs like solidly, and then once we get through them, it's like, all right, let's just fuck around for a little bit.
Let's see what we can come up with.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's never us writing a song with lyrics first. It's always like, let's see what
just
comes
jam out,
and then we'll write lyrics on top of that.
It's because when we're not practicing, our minds are just like rambling about like for me personally, I'm just thinking about like rhythms and different beats in my head all the time, like just thinking about things I could be doing on a drum set. So when I do get to a drum set, I just like have all these different things that
you're ready to go. And
exactly. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try
He's
this.
got some steam. He's got this.
I don't even have to think. I could just sit there and like make up something.
That's the talent. Are you guys working on an album or anything?
Yeah, yeah, we for sure.
All we need is a laptop.
Yeah, we
talked about that.
We're like,
record
it for a while.
Behind the scenes, that's what we were talking about. But we pretty much have our own little DIY studio called Frog House Studios.
I love it.
Yeah, just made it out.
Made
We
it out.
made it out.
Just
made it
made
up.
it out.
Yeah,
I knew what you were saying.
yeah. I mean, we pretty much got the main essentials except the laptop. I mean, once we get that, we're pretty much set to have our own album.
Yeah, and we have some idea how to record.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of, a little bit.
We
We
got
know tons of people who can help us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of resources here in
absolutely.
town.
And we're even trying to do a music video. We really